And now we are updated, and I am sending off hot air to all the various locations around my base. Wow, that was really bad. It just sudden, like, extreme sharp pain in my throat. Just sudden something, like, crystallized in my throat. So, like, spit just decided it would become solid in there, and, yeah, that doesn't end well when that happens. Yes, get some helium so I can actually talk. Yeah, so early game, hot air, the only way that you're going to be able to actually produce hot air in the early game is spending stone bricks. Spending stone bricks. All you'll have really in the early game is this recipe. That's all you'll have. Is stone bricks pressured air into hot air, losing the stone bricks in the process. And remembering that stone bricks is 2 stone per brick. So, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck making 100 hot air per second in the early game, spending 20 stone per second to do so. Then you will eventually get access to producing hot air out of warm and warmer and hot stone bricks. You'll have access to recipes that use coke oven gas. Yeah, it's no longer as simple as using power to warm your bricks. You actually have to warm your bricks using a hot gas. So it is, you have your choice between outlet gas 4 or coke oven gas. Note the speed difference here. Note the speed difference here. Note that coke oven gas will have a temperature now, and as you warm the stone brick, the output product gas is cooler temperature than what you put in. So this doesn't loop here, making this warm stone gas. In fact, the output of the warm coke oven gas, you'll be able to reheat it or use it to make outlet gas 4. Or use that cooled coke oven gas to make outlet gas 4 rather than reheat it. Otherwise, it gets used for warmer stone bricks, the warm stone bricks into warmer, and it's the same thing that applies here as well. You need an even hotter coke oven gas base. Now, with warmer, it's a little bit more of a intricate system because the output coke oven gas from warmer, the warmer step, is the exact temperature to make warm. So the warmer stone bricks coke oven gas output is the same temperature as the input for making warm stone bricks. That's where the loop lies, or at least progressive stages of usage lie. So it's going to be ultimately only the 100 coke oven gas in here that is then used to make warmer and warm. And then at the end, you'll have to deal with the cooler 100 units of gas. You're not using 200 units of gas. Ultimately, you're using 100 units, and it cools progressively. Is that green science or purple? You get the coke oven recipes at green, I think. And then it is blue that you get access to the outlet gas 4 stuff. Now, if you want to actually use warmer stone bricks to make hot stone bricks, you only have outlet gas 4 as an option. Outlet gas 4 is the only option for making hot stone bricks, which is why I've set it up to use outlet gas 4 on every step. It's tied to coke processing or coal processing or whatever. technology. If I hit T, coal processing 3, I think. Why did it not bring up actually? Oh, there's coal processing 3. I think it's locked behind 2? It's whenever you get access to making red hot coke is when you get access to the coke oven gas recipes, and then it gets locked behind the outlet gas 4 for the hot stone bricks. Where is hot outlet gas 4? Where is outlet coke? Actual coke processing 3. There's the hot air. There's the warmer stone bricks recipe right there at stage 2, and there's the warm stone bricks at stage 1. So it's coke processing 1, 2, and 3. Okay. With that said, do I have a train station for bringing in Molten? I don't, which means that that's going to be you. Congratulations on your existence. You will be right there. You are going to be molten glass. And you are going to bring in the molten glass. There you go. We have trains on the way. Yes, blue science to get the highest output. But warm stone bricks can directly get used to make hot air. Warmer stone bricks can be used to directly make hot air. Hot stone bricks can be used to directly make hot air. It's just each one produces more hot air. So you'll start with stone bricks into hot air, then make warm stone bricks, then make warmer stone bricks, and then make hot stone bricks over time. Oh yeah, here's my little test setup, by the way, where if I cut off if I cut off the thingies, see 360, 360. That's the 3 inputs. 360. If I cut that one, it'll go 240. And if I cut that one, it'll go 120. This loader says it's 180, but the actual speed, the actual output of this loader, yeah, it's 120 per second. What I'm doing here is I have a wire hooked up to the belt. The belt is set to pulse. It's read mode, set to read belt contents on pulse. Then it just take it in, multiply it by 60, output some signal that is then being displayed here on Nixie tubes. So 120 per second. A second is 60 frames. It's 60 frames per second. So that's why I'm multiplying by 60. Yeah, so there's the proof that the loader can only do 120 per second. And it's the same thing with inputting into this box as well. If I add those back in, I can do, and it'll start, once it cleans up, it'll start fluctuating. See there, between 420 and 480. That's 450, the average between those two numbers. So yeah, when I clean that out, see, back to 120 with only 1 on the input, so it applies input or output on these. That's just the limitation of the loaders. Even though they're supposed to be 180, it's 120, and it's the same with any loader. Any loader. Alright. Heading back down, because I have this molten now, and I need to adjust literally everything. for having this molten glass. Where am I going to be taking this molten glass? That is a good question. Oh god, what am I doing with it? Okay, well, step one, I think, is the closest thing it looks like is this. So I have beacons, which means I get to now update my setups here in the mall for beacon 3s, as well as really good effectivity modules. I can also do that beautiful thing right there. There we go. Just add Molten, just add speed, all the speed, and that will be all of those ever. And this is where I'll bring my Molten in, ideally. Looks like I'm going over to the right a little bit before going down. Wow, clearing out my throat actually ended up giving me stuff in my sinuses. I hate when that happens. I hate when one thing gets replaced with another like that. So first I get crud in my throat that made me hoarse a few minutes ago, and now I've got stuff in my nose being problematic. Like, why? Why now, of all times? Of all times, why now? Yeah, so now no more Renea. No more Renea. It's all in this chest until such time that the chest no longer contains more than 1,000 units of Renea. Now I can change this to 10,000 units and it will launch. And there we go. Now we've got stuff again. Hey, isn't that wonderful? Being able to have control like that. Actually being able to have some degree of control over your automated smart farms. It's so sad. Immortal has not been here at all any time I've ever talked about this to show him, hey, that this is how you can control a smart farm easily. I have no idea what he's trying to do that needs something controlling the actual harvesters. Because you don't need to control the harvesters, you just need to control the input of the replicator. That's it, that's all. Just control the replicator. Alright, where was that doohickey that I just set up again? That right there. Right there. Alright, so we've got a few units of things. We've got a few units of optical sets. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that it might have actually been a little bit of a nerf by using the molten glass for the optical sets rather than the actual glass itself. Primarily due to the throughput. It's the throughput of like the fact that I have to deal with fluid mechanics now is a bit of a problem. The fact that I now have to deal with fluid mechanics is a pretty major issue. Pretty major issue. Alright, where else do I need this molten glass? I need it for the glass fibers, which are being produced right up here. It looks like I've got some petri dishes being made for some reason right here. These could use hot air. I can't do hot air on the petri dish recipe. I don't need 2 of those now. So let me replace with that. Get one of those in with speed. Note that Glassworks have a building level limitation on the specific productivity modules, so I can't use productivity in Glassworks because the actual building itself dictates that it cannot accept productivity. It's unfortunate, but that's the case. But that's the case that we have to deal with at this point in time. I actually have hot air right there. So what I'm going to do right here with this glasswork, with this empty petri dishes, is I'm going to set the empty petri dish recipe to the hot air empty petri dish recipe, just because I have that source of hot air. Now, did I just break something from over here? Yes, I did. I broke a methanol by doing that. So I'll have to just not... Or did I break a methanol? Oh. What? Why do I have a... Why do I have methanol there? I don't know. I don't know. It just exists there for some reason. Apparently I have a whole bunch of empty petri dishes already, so I don't really need all the stuff going there for that. No, I want those. I want to get rid of all the not good stuff from my inventory. That sounds like a plan. Okay. Get rid of that. I said get rid of that. Get rid of those. That. Those. Okay. Moving right along. As we approach the end of the stream, I need to get this molten brought all the way up. All the way up. Or do I? Do I really want to do molten based? No, I don't. I don't. Not molten based glassware. The glassware is going to be hot air. Like, that's... I think that should be pretty obvious that the glassware is going to be hot air. Now, I am anticipating that the glassware is going to change to be molten glass rather than actual units of glass on the upgraded recipes here. Hot air or flask 2 and 3 upgrading. I anticipate those are going to be like that. Oh, looks like I do need to bring the molten over to the glass cores. More speed. It's time for speed. I have a need for lots and lots and lots of speed. So let's see. By comparison, this is 5 boron trioxide into 3 glassware, or 4 rubber stoppers into 3 glassware. We can upgrade that to 5, which is actually better than the purified quartz recipe, where it's 5 stoppers into 6. This one's 4 into 5. In the alternative, I could make the 5 into 6 a 5 into 8 by switching that to hot air. The problem I have is, what is the fluid inputs? Not that recipe, dummy, that one. What are the inputs? That is there. Okay, so that's just bring that up to there, like so, for now. What would be the molten input port? I think it'd be, actually, this would be the molten input port, and this would be the hot air. So I would have to trim this a bit. Just a bit, so that I could actually use that. By the way, this should be a Mark IV with all the productivity ever. Make the best use of latex possible. That is the idea. So we're now at the end for the day today. There's still a few things related to glass that I need to take care of. One that I'll take care of here now, but another will have to wait for next time. So I'm looking for my glass cores right up over here. That's cladding. This is the one. This is the one. I don't have hot air anywhere around here, so I may as well not deal with it. I will deal with the extra speed. So yeah, glass cores. We have the option of just the regular recipe or the hot air. Immortal's like, what? Why was I summoned? Immortal has arrived. Hello, Immortal. I suppose you were summoned because of the thing with the control of automated smart farms. You get to explain why you're having issue with control over smart farms. Like why you're even attempting to put put wires on harvesters. Like why? Why? Because you can control it. You can control it by outputting the harvest and output into a chest that is circuit connected to whatever inserter you're using to put the replicator in. So you can tell the inserter to only allow the replicator into the smart farm when you're below a certain threshold in the chest. So that way the farm won't always be active, producing more resources. Why is there no 360p or 480p option? I don't know, because it's Twitch and they base it on availability, preferentially given to partners over affiliates. That's probably why. Twitch being Twitch. They base transcoding on partner status and overall needs based on number of people watching Twitch at any given time. So even though as an affiliate I do have a higher chance of having transcoding, it's still not guaranteed. So yeah, transcoding is not guaranteed for affiliates. It's given out more, a lot more. It's gotten a lot better over time, but just apparently at this moment in time, I don't have it, or do I? No, I don't. I don't have the transcoding right now. So, however, if I had more people watching my stream, so yeah, if I was more popular, I might have it. What was the thing with the auto farms? I wanted to know what your issue was with being able to control output / why you wanted to have circuit connections on the harvesters when you can control output based on the satellite input inserter instead. That's what I want to know, is why does Immortal want / need a circuit connection on the harvesters? That was the main thing. In the meantime, I still need that Molten. Molten is over here. Somewhere. Where is it again? Uh-oh. I lost my Molten. Where's my Molten? My Molten, wherefore art thou? It hasn't actually been moved up enough yet. That's where it is. It hasn't gone up enough yet. It's also, like, in the way of where I need to bring it. So now I need to find a good way to bring it to the left. There we go. Pipe Getty. All the Pipe Getty. Glorious. We have things. We have the stuff and things. And once my, once the optical sets are finished being made, slash fill... Oh. Do I really need that many? Oh, so he's saying that it's because mining productivity applies to the harvesters. There's no... You have to adjust things. I don't think it would be a problem in very large setups. I don't think you need very large setups. So that's what Immortal is saying, but... yeah, if you output to a chest at the end, regardless of how many farms are in the setup, you can chain a wire to all of the inserters, adding in the replicators, and set them to only add the replicator when the chest slash warehouse falls below a certain threshold. You don't act that way. It doesn't matter for the mining productivity. So, yeah, there. So I've set it to like less than 10k. If the amount of the thing that you want, that you're producing, is less than a certain amount, then add the thing. And this I see as being infinitely scalable. This can be scaled infinitely, like as long as you're using a big enough chest or have several setups like this, like put a few thingies in a row, throw it into a train. As long as there's some sort of a control here, it should be fine. Like, no matter what. So, yeah, I still think Immortal's method is not particularly... like, I think he's approaching it from the wrong angle. Yes, I'm a dragon. Slash, I am a cat with bat wings. I'm a tiger. It is a tiger with bat wings and a scorpion tip tail. Tiger with bat wings and scorpion tip tail. I'm a huge fan of New Hot Air. Yeah, I absolutely am a huge fan of New Hot Air. Hot Air needed to be changed. I'm glad that it changed. I like the implementation of the change. I am not a fan of the process to reheat the gases that you use. Does it need to be reheated? No, actually, it doesn't. I'm okay with there being an expense to hot air that is more than just raw power output. But it would be way, in my opinion, more of an expense. Like, just losing the power of the combustion mixture alone is not going to be worth it to me. Like, I would rather use that 1000C combustion mixture to make power and just make more outlet gas 4 than to use 1000C combustion mixture on reheating outlet gas. I think that's something that gets lost in the discussion, or that got lost in the discussion earlier. But anyway, that is a thing. I like the stuff. There'll be a post later today on my website where I will talk about just a brief outline-ish of how this new system works. I don't really go into the tech pathing on it. I just go into the process itself primarily, and then what changed with the actual production or usage of. I talk about the usage of and the production change. Basically, the usage now, instead of being a flat, like, I think it was +2 plates that it used to be used for hot air, now it's a percentage-based increase on output from the base level of things. So it actually bases it on the existent recipe, which makes it a more consistent increase across the board by choosing to use hot air. And it has been made to be a bit more complex as a result. So now you have the option to do this more complex process, to get hot air to vastly improve your outputs of stuff. But I am about to end off the stream. So yeah, I am ending right now. So with that, folks, that's just the summary. I'm not directly talking to any one in particular. I am ending off the stream. What did we get done today? We did the hot air train stations across the board, talked quite a bit about the hot air, as well as gone into and started to put molten glass in the system, and started producing glass out of molten, and started to move that where it needs to be. There's likely other places that might need molten or something like that. Plates, I will need to bring plates in over here to keep this going, because as you might be able to tell, this comes from a different area than what I worked on today. I did not work on this. I am probably going to delete this and just bring it in from the main new area going forward, and we will do that next time. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you're watching the VODs on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyandon's mod's development at patreon.com/Pyandon, and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. I will, of course, be back on Sunday, where we're probably going to be deleting this setup. I don't know if I'll feel like actually going over and deleting it. It's just not going to be used. But I will go and add glass to the places that need glass as a result of not using this for certain. And then we get to move on with other updates, overhauls. I need to add pesticides down here to Relesia, etc., etc. We can begin to downsize. I think that's what I'll do, is we'll begin to downsize and update the ore processing setups into sintering, I guess. I mean, I have nothing else better to do with my time, so we'll begin to do sintering processes wherever I can do sintering processes. So I will, of course, hopefully, see you all then. Ideally with transcoding, but we shall see about that.